Tonight, claims that kids in need of special education programs at city schools often are not going to class because the school doesn't have what they need. That's according to a lawsuit filed by the Legal Aid Society. Our education reporter Doug Williams has the story.
The Legal Aid Society, with a group of city public school parents, is suing the Department of Education. The lawsuit alleges that students with disabilities aren't going to school, not because they simply don't want to, but because in some cases it's too traumatic.
The Department of Ed does not have a program policy to really address it, and it's the parents, the families that don't have the resources to do that are sort of left to struggle on their own.
According to city school data, 46.1% of students with disabilities were chronically absent in the 2022 to 2023 school year. That equates to over 86,000 students staying home.
They didn't have no answer. They didn't have no behavior plan.
David Castro's son Ian is autistic, home from school Wednesday and every day with no plan set to change that. When in public school, Ian had a series of mental crisis incidents that would, in some cases, turn violent. David recalls picking Ian up one day after an incident and seeing school staff on top of his son, restraining him.
Even the principal told me one time, you better pick him up, if not I call 911.
David says Ian's schools would either call him to pick Ian up or not tell him about an incident at all. As a result, they're still learning about the severity of their own son's condition. David and his wife believe that the schools that Ian attended traumatized him and brought on these episodes which Ian would then bring home with him.
What could the Department of Education give you and him to make him comfortable?
He cannot go back to the DOE because the DOE is not prepared for, they don't have the resource.
And a city school spokesperson tells me in response that they are committed to the attendance issue and providing the support and resources that some of their most vulnerable students need. Maurice?
You feel for the parents in a situation like that as a parent, no question, right? But Doug, as you spoke to David, his dad, he says he's still learning about his son's condition. How common is that?
It's easier than it sounds, because if you can't afford to pay for an independent psych evaluation, which are thousands of dollars, you do the next best thing, which is send your kid to a District 75 school, which is what David did for Ian. He passed his early intervention, passed it at a District 75 school. So if you do the right thing and it goes wrong, the school gets it wrong, fails you in this circumstance, then how are parents supposed to know where on the autism spectrum their son is?
Just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
All right, Doug, thanks so much.